Idris Nasir has certainly been a divisive figure since his debut on Coronation Street. While Leanne Battersby is enamored with the newcomer, figures such as Nick Tilsley and Daniel Osborne haven't warmed to him. Next week's scenes on the ITV soap will see Idris get on the wrong side of Abby Webster, with the clan being in a spot of bother as Alfie is rushed to hospital after having a period where he struggles to breathe. It transpires that Idris is Abby's landlord, with Alfie having a reaction after mold is discovered in their home. While at the hospital, Abby learns of a diagnosis regarding her son, and this spells trouble for Idris. Abby had previously expressed concern regarding the levels of damp in the flat, meaning that Idris could be liable, in terms of negligence, for anything that could happen to Alfie. As he has a reputation to uphold, this threatens his ego and livelihood. In a newly released spoiler clip, which can be viewed below, Abby and Kevin are at the hospital and discuss Alfie's condition. Though they have their own personal problems, they put aside all this for the health of their son. They get a shock, however, when Carl arrives with evidence of neglect. He shows them a picture of a wall, covered in mold, from Alfie's room. Abby rushes to find a doctor, which is when Idris shows up. He attempts to calm his tenant down and says that he had no idea that the flat was in such poor condition. Kevin doesn't buy his words, however, and threatens Idris with repercussions if Alfie doesn't recover. It remains to be seen how the Websters will react to the developments, though we already know that Idris will seek clarification from the previous landlord. He enlists the help of Brody Michaelis, with the pair kidnapping him. Idris isn't just concerned about them, he wants answers from the previous landlord he bought the flat from, teases our Corey insider. It turns out that Idris has a way of dealing with situations like this that are very heavy-handed. Junade Khan, who portrays Idris, also teased details of his character's actions, sharing, "He gets Brody to do his dirty work, so that his own hands are clean. He's got this darker side when it comes to business." The cobbles of Coronation Street are once again buzzing with tension, and this time the spotlight falls squarely on Idris as a shocking chain of events leaves him facing fierce criticism from friends, neighbors, and viewers alike. What begins as a seemingly ordinary disagreement quickly spirals into one of the most talked-about storylines in recent memory, placing Abby Webster at the center of an emotional storm. In the latest first-look scenes, Abby finds herself struggling to keep everything together. Already carrying the weight of past trauma and personal challenges, she is forced into another difficult situation that tests both her strength and her patience. While Abby has earned a reputation for fighting through adversity, this latest chapter proves that even the strongest people have their breaking point. Idris, meanwhile, makes a decision that immediately sparks outrage. His actions, whether driven by frustration, misunderstanding, or misplaced confidence, leave many questioning his judgment. Instead of offering support when Abby needs it most, he appears to make matters significantly worse, creating a ripple effect that spreads throughout Weatherfield. As word of the incident begins to circulate, reactions come quickly. Friends who once stood beside Idris begin distancing themselves, disappointed by the way events unfolded. Some believe he acted recklessly without considering the consequences, while others feel he completely failed to understand Abby's emotional state. For Abby, the backlash surrounding Idris becomes an unwanted distraction from the real issues she is trying to overcome. Rather than focusing on healing and moving forward, she finds herself caught in the middle of public opinion and neighborhood gossip. It's a reminder that in Coronation Street, personal struggles rarely remain private for long. What makes this storyline particularly compelling is its emotional complexity. There are no simple heroes or villains. Idris may have made serious mistakes, but viewers are left wondering whether his intentions were truly malicious or simply misguided. Coronation Street has always excelled at presenting flawed characters whose actions carry realistic consequences, and this storyline continues that tradition. The first-look episodes hint at several emotional confrontations ahead. Abby refuses to stay silent and is prepared to stand up for herself, even if it means challenging those closest to her. Her determination reminds fans why she remains one of the show's most resilient and relatable characters. Meanwhile, Idris must decide how to respond to the growing criticism. Will he accept responsibility for his actions and attempt to rebuild broken trust? Or will his pride push him further away from the people who once believed in him? Every conversation now carries enormous weight, with relationships hanging in the balance. Weatherfield residents are also divided. Some believe everyone deserves a second chance, arguing that people often make poor decisions under pressure. Others insist that certain mistakes cannot simply be forgiven with an apology. These conflicting opinions create an atmosphere of uncertainty that keeps viewers guessing about what will happen next. Fans have already begun debating the storyline across social media. Many have praised the show's willingness to tackle emotionally charged situations with realism, while others have expressed frustration with Idris' behavior, arguing that Abi deserved far greater understanding and compassion. Regardless of which side viewers support, the storyline has clearly succeeded in generating conversation. One of Coronation Street's greatest strengths has always been its ability to blend personal drama with authentic human emotion. Rather than relying solely on shocking twists, the series explores how everyday choices can have lasting consequences. Idris' predicament serves as another example of how a single moment can dramatically alter relationships and reputations. As the story develops, viewers can expect heartfelt conversations, emotional revelations, and perhaps even unexpected alliances. Characters who initially appear divided may eventually find common ground, while others could discover that forgiveness is much harder than anticipated. Abi's journey remains the emotional heart of the storyline. Her resilience, vulnerability, and determination continue to resonate with audiences who have followed her through countless challenges over the years. Whether she chooses forgiveness or decides to move forward without Idris, her next steps are likely to shape several future storylines on the street. For Idris, redemption is still possible, but it won't come easily. Rebuilding trust requires honesty, accountability, and genuine change. The coming episodes will reveal whether he possesses the courage to confront his mistakes or whether the backlash becomes too overwhelming to overcome. With powerful performances, emotionally charged dialogue, and unpredictable twists, Coronation Street once again demonstrates why it remains one of Britain's most beloved soaps. The first look scenes promise heartbreak, confrontation, and difficult decisions that will keep audiences glued to their screens. As tensions continue to rise and emotions run high, one thing is certain: Weatherfield is about to witness another unforgettable chapter, and the consequences of Idris' actions may be felt long after the dust finally settles. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Coronation Street Scoop News Update.